Hello and welcome back. Sean here, Mountains Garage. On the 2-year anniversary of starting my YouTube channel. The night before I made that decision, I was watching this dude out of Canada. His name is Dan at DD Speed Shop. His speed shop is a one-car garage with the insulation falling down from the ceiling and a couple of lights. But he's interesting, and he had a somewhat struggling channel from what I understand until he had one video explode. It was on a Tri-5 Chevy converting it from a 4-door to a 2-door. So the episode I watched was him with his whiteboard explaining how his channel taken off with that one project. I don't know how many videos he had, 5 or 6 on that one subject, paid for the car. And I'm thinking, I have 9 projects I can't afford at any one time. Maybe I could contribute and eventually make money at it, which is an okay way to start a channel. You have to love what you do, and I'll explain why, because it's a long way to the top for the very few that get there. So that particular day, while eating my lunch right up at the house, because my shop is behind my house, I decided, why not? Let's shoot a video. The funniest part, I've only told a few people, is that first video, which is not good, I talked for 28 minutes straight. It was actually about 32 when I edited a few minutes out. I'm not good at editing. It didn't improve the video, and I vowed to find an easier way to do that as well. But my first video is on alignment. It's still up. It's not good, like I said. It has a lot of good information, but delivery and lots of other glitches that I hadn't discovered yet. But I did it. That first day, 28 minutes straight, it took me moving props around a couple hours at least. And there it was. Now, what do you do with it? So I had to go back in that night and do research. First, you need a Google account with a Gmail, so they can contact you for various reasons. You need a YouTube account. None of this costs any money or takes a whole lot of time to set up. Eventually, when you start posting videos onto YouTube, you're going to want to set up Google AdSense. That's how you get paid. You have to have 1,000 subscribers. So please like and subscribe. It took me over a year to get 1,000 subscribers, and the other criteria is 4,000 watch hours. That is easier to get than the 1,000 subscribers. You're gonna be excited, tell all your friends. Like I have 11 or 1,200 Facebook friends. If you get 50 people, 50 of those to sign up, you've really done well. So maybe 100. So you can't just instantly rely on the fact that 1,000 of your friends are going to hook you up and you'll be making money tomorrow, unless you have that charisma. I don't ever speak a lot. It's only over the last couple of years that I've learned to talk to the camera. My other research that night told me I needed a couple things. I needed a tripod, and the one I bought for $10 or $12 includes a Bluetooth switch so I can shut my camera off and on from here. A microphone, which I've never taken out of the box. It's over there on the shelf, I'm looking at it. And a big studio light. So I probably spent $40 or $50 in hardware. The studio light I started using under vehicles because it really does shoot a lot of light, and when I shoot a video underneath, I do that. I don't ever use it. Any other time, the lights in here are pretty decent. The LEDs don't flicker. I guess that's a problem with some lights, but that's all I had, and my iPhone. I see a lot of people doing it with GoPros, which go on an SD card, and then you got to transfer all that. I don't do any of that. It's all on my iPhone. A lot of really successful YouTubers only use their iPhone. I don't have the latest and greatest iPhone. I'm up to a 10, and only because my wife gets a new phone through work or for work, and I get her old one. I do find, like recently, I started using right after Christmas. I shot 2 or 3 videos with the iPhone 10. And when I would start talking, the second or third word would have a squelch in it. And I didn't notice it till it was already up on YouTube. And those videos have flaws. Come to find out, they'd made a change in the iPhone 10 that wants to record in stereo. I shut that off, and now I'm back to normal volume levels and no weird squelching, I hope. Every iPhone I've changed into, there's been some challenge just like this. You need a lot of storage space. My videos are 10 to 20 minutes. And on my old phone with 32 gigabyte of storage, a lot of times I had to offload apps just so I could save the video to my phone and then upload it to YouTube. You can upload a video to YouTube if it's less than 15 minutes without saving it to your phone first. I don't do that. I typically save it to my phone. It only takes a few seconds, then I upload it to YouTube. That's my process there. After it's successfully up on YouTube and I've watched it one time, I try to be the first one to watch it to make sure there's not a lot of glitches. I erase it off my phone, and on my end, it's gone forever. If YouTube ever loses all the videos, I'll just have to keep making new ones. Things I've learned while filming with my tripod with my Bluetooth on-off switch is at first, it was way easier to have the camera facing me so I could see myself, much like if you have the selfie stick, which is basically what the tripod is. The problem with that, try as you might to look at your image on the phone, your eyes are pointing the wrong way. It's not just me, it's everybody that uses a selfie stick. They try to hold themselves at an angle, or if they don't notice, they look just like I did in quite a few videos where I'm staring at the camera and my eyes are going that way. Because in reality, I'm looking at it, but the camera's offset on, I don't know how it works. You can see the camera's offset on the phone. Despite the fact I'm looking straight at the screen, if I turned it around, my eyes would be going googly-eyed. So I didn't take those videos down. I just laugh at them when I watch them. Hey, live and learn. You have to set the shot up. So I go behind the camera, point it to where I'm going to sit, make sure my head's not going to be cut off or anything. And then I come around and I'm staring at basically nothing. My method of editing is to not edit at all. I'll shoot a video clip with whatever prop I have, blah, 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 I'm talking about something. I shut it off and I go watch it. If it's acceptable, I move on to the next part of my video and I'll shoot something else. If it's not any good, I instantly erase it and come around and do it again while everything's still in front of me. I would love to put fantastic videos together, but I don't want music in them because music and videos, I don't mind if the audio level stays the same, but most of them you're watching so you can hear the people talk and all of a sudden the music is crackling your headphones. I listen every night on YouTube with headphones. Interesting, I had stopped watching TV 2 years before I started the YouTube channel, and I only watch YouTube and Motor Trend channels sometimes. But after I've shot all the clips that are going to make a video, and I've shot an intro and an outro, that's me saying hello and goodbye, I use the iMovie app that I downloaded for free, and you just touch the video clips in the order you want them to play, and it mends it all together. And for a thumbnail picture, which is a picture you see in the background at the beginning of the video, I use an app also free called Fonto, and you just take any picture you want or take one from your photo album and you can touch it and add text to it, move it around. Wicked simple. If I'm doing it, it's simple. And in iMovie, when I'm selecting the random clips, video clips, I select the thumbnail first, or in whatever order you want to do it. First makes sense, so you start the video with the name of the video. And just like that, you've got yourself a video. Those two pieces of information on how to shoot the video easily, nobody told me, but I had to figure out after my first horrid experience at editing. And I've never gone back to try it again. I'm sure I could figure it out, maybe get some help, but this works, at least for now. And if done right, it makes for a pretty decent video to watch. Now for the uploading process. Like I mentioned, I save all my videos to my phone. You do it from the iMovie screen, just to save this video. But before you do, go into your pictures folder and go on the screen where you're looking at all the different albums. Go all the way to the bottom, and you got to delete all the recently deleted. Otherwise, your phone saves them for 30 days. And if your phone was like my other phone with only 32 gigs and I had a lot of stuff on my phone, I didn't have enough free space to even save the movie. My new iPhone 10 is a 64 gig with an awesome battery. Up until this phone I'm using right now, my battery I'd have to charge it in between video clips even. This iPhone 10, knock on wood, I can shoot this video, put it all together, save it to my phone and upload it, and use my phone the rest of the day. And when I plug it in at night when I go to bed, I'm still at 80% battery. So this currently is fine. Oftentimes when the iPhone does an update, the following week or so, you may have battery problems. They seem to go away, but it seems to be tied in with updates. But that's not about what we're talking about today. But equipment problems is a thing. I see a lot of people fighting with their GoPros. They spend a lot of money on them, and they have a lot of problems. They lose videos. I don't want that. So I have my phone with me all the time. If I'm out doing something in the world that piques my interest, I might want to share it with you guys. I just film it. So if you've got this far, you're uploading videos on a regular basis. I try to do at least 2 a week. That seems to be a good number to grow your channel and not dedicate all your time to it because you have other things in life you need to do. You're gaining subscribers. This is where you kind of have to put your shields up and your feelers down, because you will witness, become hypersensitive to the fact that other channels and other people, whether those people are super popular or they're connected to people that are super popular or whatever reason, their channels take off instantly and they're, 50, 80, 100,000, 200,000 people subscribed. You can do the math. That's a pretty good payday. I've calculated if you have 50 to 80,000 subscribers, you can probably quit your job. How much do I make? Well, by the hour, not much. I've done some calculating. For a 10 or 15 minute video, which is what I shoot for, the attention span, again, you can't be offended by things. If I shoot a 15-minute video, the average person watching, or the average, is 8 minutes. Somebody's going to watch 8 minutes of your 15-minute video. If you shoot a half an hour video, they're going to watch 15 minutes of it. So that's just an average. YouTube keeps track of everything and reports back to you. As soon as each video is released, they tell you the performance against your other videos. It's a whole process, and how they calculate how popular it is and how much they promote it. It's a whole algorithm based on likes, subscriptions, comments, you know the deal. So you can't get offended easily if you're going to put yourself out on the World Wide Web. I've been lucky. In 2+ years, over 300 videos, I've had 4 negative comments. Now, please just not start a whole bunch of negative comments, although it would all count toward the algorithm because you're interacting. That's not bad. I was lucky early on because I knew I was going to do automotive related stuff, but I didn't know the transmission stuff was going to be that popular. I've dedicated a lot of time to explaining mostly the Turbo 400, but some other transmissions as well, because I've been doing them my entire life. That was easy. The hardest part I could find online, I had trouble finding online, people going slow enough to walk you through the process. And I'm extremely lucky, and I actually get lots of kind people thanking me for helping them. There's no better feeling than that. You don't need to get paid when you just feel good by helping people. So I'm going to be doing everything I'm videoing anyway for the rest of my life. I've been doing it. I wish I had a camera rolling the entire time. I wish I started the channel a long time ago, because it's like a snowball going downhill. Like I just mentioned, you've uploaded some videos to YouTube. You haven't reached that 1,000 subscriber mark, 4,000 watch hours to get your videos monetized. don't get discouraged. When that happens and you get monetized with your Google AdSense account and you start getting monthly checks on the 20th, that's when the YouTube money shows up. They all keep working. All the ones you posted for the first year, or however long it took you to get monetized, when you're sleeping, when you don't feel like shooting a video today, maybe you'll do it tomorrow. Nobody cares unless you're doing time-sensitive stuff. You're your own boss, and again, there's a threshold where you could definitely make a decent living. How much do I make? I have 3,400 subscribers. I've been getting paid for a year. My highest income, and I'm going to have to pay taxes on this, last month, I got paid $260 some odd dollars. Most of my checks have been, well, the direct deposits have been less than $200, but it's still $200 for doing things I'm going to do anyway. I've got the process down to a couple hours of video, 2 videos a week. That's what, 16 hours a month. That's not a lot per hour. However, like I said, it never stops. I hope, unless YouTube goes away, it continues to build, as long as you can keep putting out stuff people want to watch, or they just enjoy what you do. I watch a lot of people's channels where they just video their everyday life. I'm not at that point yet. I'm mostly doing shop stuff. Occasionally I go off the reservation, and those videos aren't that popular. So I can spend months working on the 64 dot or my Novas. Those videos aren't super popular for whatever reason, but they could be. You never know when it's going to take off, but you can't worry about the money. You got to do this because, well, like me, I'm doing it anyway. I'm glad I'm doing it. And when, again, people say that you help them, the transmission stuff, I'm totally thankful for it. Like I said, I get mentioned on some of like the transmission forums. Somebody want to know the answer to a question or how to do this or that. They'll tell them to download a book or buy a book. There's 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 experts on there. They're excellent. They help people out all the time. I'm not at their level. I don't manufacture transmission parts. I just know how to build one. And then they'll mention my channel. I'm humbled by that. And that's awesome. So that's where I'm at anyway. And if you wonder why people say, please like, share, subscribe, because it's like 75 or 80% of the people that watch a video don't subscribe, and you don't have to, but it doesn't cost anything, and it keeps everybody making videos. So that's the way it is. So I had a few people actually ask over the last 2 years how and why, and now we know. It's kind of a rite of passage. A lot of YouTubers will explain what brought them to that point. Again, I'm not even at a point of being moderately successful. But it could happen tomorrow. It may never happen. Either way, I'm okay with it. And you have to have that right mindset. Because I also watch a lot of people that admitted they get frustrated or jealous, and that's just not something I got time for. So I will be happy regardless, and I hope you are too, and I hope you had a great day. I'll catch you in a couple days. We'll be back to doing shop stuff.